About this time last fall, I started having a real issue of crisis in my life and in my heart. And I guess what kind of brought that on, dealing with the empty nest situation with all of our kids being grown and gone, and just kind of looking at my life and just not really liking where I was. And so I was encouraged to meet with someone to go through some grief counseling. And it kind of really exposed a lot of things from my early childhood up through my first marriage. Primarily just I had been sexually molested as a child for a few years, and then that kind of impacted me socially throughout my life. And I met my first husband in an InterVarsity Christian fellowship, and just a wonderful man. And I know that the Lord had called me to him and him to me. But it wasn't long, we were about 7 years into our marriage, that he started showing symptoms of paranoia. And he ended up having a psychotic break when I was 6 months pregnant with Hannah. And I was on the violent end of his break. And it was very frightening, very trying time. And I think being a mom, I just kind of was stepping through life, just wanting to take care of Hannah, wanting to, to prepare and, her future and make a good life for her. And so I never really stepped back to grieve. I never had that time just to really grieve and allow God to touch that part of my life. And so the Lord had just led me to forgive the young man who sexually molested me when I was little. And he also encouraged me to pray for my former husband, who has been on the National Missing Persons list for about 8 years now. And the Lord prompted me to pray that he would be found. And through doing that, it brought me closer to him. A lot of the feelings that had been cut off, they just opened up, and a lot of the grief just started pouring, the pain and hurt just started really pouring out. And it's been a long year. It's been a year of a lot of weeping, a lot of crying, a lot of just giving everything over to the Lord and letting him do his work. And just recently, I've been able to come to a place where I'm feeling joy again, and where I'm feeling hopeful again, and where my marriage with Jerry now is really just becoming, coming together and just really becoming a beautiful part of my life. And so that's how God has helped me.